G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Eno here from Fantasy Take TV. Back into the swing of things with FPL. It's finally back this weekend. We had the passing of the Queen, which got a bit of a game week suspended. There was a few games on and then international break, of course, the last week. And whenever that happens, it feels like an eternity since we've seen any football. But been keeping busy with the NFL. The grand final just happened in the footy down here in Australia. But back into the FPL swing of things, and it's going to be a bit of a slog, to be honest, until the World Cup. There's like games every 3 or 4 days for all the big clubs in European competitions. So it'll be we'll have to manoeuvre around that. Some injuries have been happening over the international break. Isak's out for a few weeks. Nathan Patterson, if anyone's got him as a cheap defender, is also out for about a month or so. So a few things to manoeuvre around. I'm going to show you where my team sits at the moment. I haven't made a change at all over the international break. I'll be looking to make one, probably two, in the next 24 hours or so. And then we get right back into the football and the North London Derby tomorrow night, which is Saturday night for us here in Australia at a good time. And then we're back into it. But right now, my team, how it's looking, and I will show the transfers I'm thinking of, and maybe you guys can help me what you think I should do as well. And just quickly, I will probably look to stream tomorrow night as well. Not the exact deadline stream, but a day before, night before, for us Australians. So if you tune in for then and stay tuned on Twitter, I'll definitely tweet about that. But Pope in goal, got him in for Sanchez last game week, I believe it was. You lose track of game weeks at the moment, but they weren't able to keep it clean against Bournemouth. A bit frustrating, but I think he'll be good going forward. There is a dilemma this week, and I'll speak about it later as well, but Ward does have Forest at home, and if there's any clean sheet that Leicester City, we might be able to keep, it should be, could be against Forest, but Pope's very good on the bonus. Fulham will probably, definitely give him the chance to make some saves. It's whether or not he gets a clean himself. But, that's a 50-50 right now for me. I'm still probably leaning Pope at the moment, but may make the change. Especially if you own Mitrovic like me. Doubled Newcastle defence. Do you really want to put yourself in that position as well? But into the defenders, Cancelo against United, I think he's playing a much better role as of late, and he's not going anywhere from my side until around probably the blank, but I'll speak about that as well. Trippier, very good player. Look forward to owning him, of course, throughout up until the World Cup, to be honest. And someone I wanted to avoid early and did, but he still managed to get some points here and there through those tough early fixtures. But from now, I see him being a really good asset. Saliba currently, I've got him on the field over Andreas or whatnot. But someone I may have to field this week, depending what I do. More likely than not, I do. But I'm not confident about a clean sheet, even though we are at home. But Spurs always seem to score against us. Reece James is back, and Chelsea are back playing after their blank last game week, so he will definitely be on field for me. Moving to the midfield, and currently at this point in time, not set in stone, but De Bruyne is who I would captain if I was to make no transfers at home to United. Got Foden as well. One of these boys I will have to offload to get Haaland, and right now I'm leaning towards Foden, but there are other decisions and other choices to be made, and I'll get into that later as well. Martinelli is someone I just think I'll hold even through the blank with the value he presents, and just a cheap Arsenal attacker who's pretty much nailed on. Smith Rowe still finding his way back from injury, so not much more to talk about in the midfield. The forward, so everyone's sort of back to a forward three now, and last year was funny. I only had probably one forward on field for most of the game weeks, and now there's three, and even more that we want to look at. So Mitro should be good to go. Scored, I think it's something crazy, including club and country. I think it's 12 and 11 or something so far this season, and if you tack on whatever he did in the championship last year, which was ridiculous, his form's just been insane for a year and a half now. So going to love to own him for you're going to need him. I'm sure of it, especially the form he's shown so far this season. Even with some tougher fixtures, now it opens up, and Fulham will look to kick on. Kane, I think, has been a really positive asset for me, even though Haaland obviously has been a negative towards me. I think if you've had that combo, Kane and Haaland, you've probably done very, very well, because Kane has ticked along nicely, and he does love the North London derbies, always finds a way to score in those, so I think he's a perfectly fine player to hold and have this week. And Jesus is another one that looking at that blank in game week 12, I currently have 3 Arsenal and 3 City, and they blank in game week 12, I have to start moving off them, as much as I don't think it's necessary, and do I want to, because Arsenal's fixtures they get a bit tough. Tottenham, we got Liverpool coming up. We've also got a good fixture too that I'm going to miss out on, and that is the Leeds one. But that's right before the blank. So currently, I'm looking at selling Jesus, unfortunately, but I think he's going to be coming straight back into my team, because actually he's either side of the blank. That's the Leeds game. Then it's Southampton straight afterwards, and you're going to want some attackers against them as well. Let's get into how my team looks. Coming onto my team over on FPL.team, just to have a look at how you can set up and make transfers without obviously doing so. Reece James, as I said, is on. Comes down to two things. Haaland, first of all, I think Haaland, I just have to get him in, bite the bullet. I think with the blank coming up, I could keep risking it and, waiting till after then to get him, but they still have, I believe, is it Southampton coming up at home. You don't want to go without him for that. I know Liverpool, and then the blank is afterwards, but then Brighton, Leicester, Fulham. I just do it now. Just stop killing myself every week having to watch a City game without him, and not being able to enjoy it. The question is Kane going and then keeping De Bruyne and going double City big hitters, or getting rid of De Bruyne and going Kane and Haaland, the two big strikers over the next period. No, look, I think Kane can score in the North London derby, even as an Arsenal fan, as I said before. He always seems to score. Brighton away. Right now, Brighton are in a bit of a transition period. New manager. Apparently, the new manager wants to play very attacking football. Might leave him out the back, to be caught and scored against quite easily. Everton at home is another great fixture and a good captaincy option that week as well. As we saw before, Liverpool do play City in that week. So, for me, I actually really at this point want to keep Kane. So if Haaland comes in, he has to go in for Jesus. And then we have to make the decision of Kevin De Bruyne down 2. And the one man that I think is not a necessity, but a really, really good option this week and going forward is James Maddison, with an unbelievable fixture run in Forest at home, Bournemouth away, Palace at home, Leeds at home, Wolves away. That is a great 4 or 5 game weeks. I know Leicester are on the bottom of the table and they've looked horrible, but they can score goals. Doesn't matter about clean sheets for a guy like Maddison. I know you can get a point for a clean as a midfielder, but I think Maddison is a great option going forward. Still leaves me with about 1.3 million in the bank to make future moves. So, of course, is another 4-point hit, as I did take last week, but it will set me up nicely for coming weeks. I won't be making any more hits. If we go to game week 10, pretty much can set the same lineup. I know Arsenal have Liverpool. Maybe if I want to field a Nico over a Saliba, not thinking that we can keep a clean sheet, which is fair enough. I can do that. Even got Gross, who I think, as I said before, Brighton playing quite attacking. He's going to be playing that number 10 role. Might be very, very advanced. And a good option. So I can roll that week. Game week 11, I've got 2 frees, and this is where I'll probably move off Foden. As I've said, Foden and probably Saliba, to be honest. Make 2 transfers there. Get myself down to 3 City and Arsenal combined, and then I can bench them all the following week and be good going forward. Even Andres has Bournemouth that week. Gross has Brentford. I can even just bench and probably Trippier has United that week. I can do something like that. So Foden, let's say, goes to Zaha, and then let's say Saliba around that period. I'm not too sure who has great fixtures. I think Palace do themselves. So whatever. I haven't looked too far ahead there. What defender I would do that for, but that leaves me a little bit of money again going into the week after, where it is the blank. We bench Haaland, we bench Martinelli, and we bench Cancelo. And you could even argue we could go Cancelo back to a Alexander-Arnold in Trent, who have West Ham at home, which is a really good fixture. Forest, Leeds. So he's someone you probably want to get back in around this stage. And maybe I can do that and bench Anderson, have a full 11 plus some backup and with some really good fixtures for my on-field attackers. So that's what I'm looking at in the next sort of month or so, and then it's sort of the steamroll next month after that until the World Cup. Look out for a stream tomorrow. I'll probably do then, as there's more information out, more manager press conferences and injuries that we know of or don't know of yet that we'll become aware of. And thanks for watching, guys. I'm really keen to get back into it. So let me know what you think. What do you think I should do? Just get Haaland in. is that what everyone's going to say to me? Probably said that for 4 weeks, and just get it over with. But would you keep Kane or keep KDB? Pretty much the simple question. Let me know what you would do down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Got the mojo deals, we been tripping like pulling out the coupe at the lot.